For 3 years, this monk had been breathing only from his throat, short, tight breaths, never deep, never reaching the bottom of his lungs, like his body was always on guard. He was standing at the door of his teacher's room and couldn't even speak. The teacher looked at him, not just at his face, but through him. And what he saw was a body that was packed full. Heavy, unprocessed stuff sitting deep in the tissue. Old pain that had never been worked through. Here's the thing about pain we don't deal with. It hardens over time, and we start thinking it's just who we are. We forget that a chest is supposed to feel light and open. When we swallow things emotionally and don't digest them, they take up physical space in the body, and they don't just pile up randomly, they settle into specific places. Old mistakes and guilt sit in the chest. Fear of losing things chills the belly. Old conversation we never finished clench the jaw. Caring too much about what people think pulls the shoulders up towards the ears. Constant worry tightens the forehead. And then there is sixth one, the heaviest of all. It is woven so completely through every part of the body that the monk had never even noticed it was there. It is the need to control everything, to manage every outcome. The teacher doesn't offer a technique or a trick, because this kind of healing doesn't work like that. It works by finally facing the things you have spent your whole life turning away from. So the monk turns his full attention inward, straight into his chest. He sits with the heat of it, the discomfort, the old pain flaring up. He doesn't look away, and slowly, under that steady gaze, something starts to shift. The tight, solid block in his chest begins to crack. It softens. It starts to move. The frozen feeling in his belly starts to thaw. It turns from ice into something fluid, an energy that can finally flow. The release moves upwards through the body. His jaw loosens and drops. His shoulders come down, releasing the weight of every person whose opinion he had been carrying. The tension behind his eyes collapses. He arrives in the present moment. Pain only stays in the body as long as the body keeps bracing against it. The moment the bracing stops, the pain has nowhere to sit anymore. But there is one thing still left, the biggest one, the need to control. Because this one isn't in one place, it's everywhere, running through every nerve. Confronting it feels like the whole system is going to collapse. A dark storm moves through his entire body. It shakes him. He feels like he is drowning in it. This goes on for what feels like hours. He's fighting to hold on. And the teacher sits completely still beside him. A quiet reminder that this storm is also happening inside the monk's own skin, It is not the world, it's inside. There is no way to think your way out of this. There is no way to force your way out of it. You just have to be in it until the body has nothing left to fight with. Surrender happens when the body simply runs out of energy to keep the doors closed. He stops fighting. Not because he chose to, but because he's too exhausted to keep going. And right at that point of complete exhaustion, something shifts. His attention, which had been trapped inside the burning, shaking body, starts to drift backwards. Like a camera pulling away from the scene, the storm passes completely. The monk presses his forehead to the floor and takes his first real breath in 3 years, deep, all the way down to the base of his lungs, completely free. Then the teacher speaks one last time, a warning. The world will keep feeding us heavy things. We will keep swallowing some of them without noticing. That's just part of being human. The practice is not to stop that from happening. The practice is to notice when things have started to settle inside you and to bring your attention back to it before it takes root. We are the space through which all of it eventually passes. And that space is never full. Stay open. That is the only practice.